Welcome to the Morale Booster Network, a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. I remain your host, Dr. John Ugulu. I am an author, speaker, and strategist. I always say experience is the best teacher. You can stream or download this podcast from YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Player FM, and Pandora. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, everybody. Good evening from Atlanta, Georgia. Good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are currently watching from. My name is Dr. John Ugulu, and I remain your host. If you are just joining us for the very first time, if this is the first time you are running into this program, I want you to like and share this broadcast. Here's the reason why. Because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear the message that we have to deliver today. So like and share this broadcast. And always remember that everything in life is a cliche, but it is whenever that cliche resonates with you that truly matters. So I want you to take time out and grab a pen and notepad. Just like we always do it, I will share with you some words of inspiration, some words of impact that can help you move from where you are to where you want to be. And that's the goal. That's our mission. All right. That's why every week we bring in guests who are experienced in different levels. We bring in people who have experience in different fields, people who can also come here and share their stories with you. Storytelling is powerful because you might just be going through what that storyteller, that person is going through. And that person would be able to use his or her experience to help you pass through it. So welcome, like, and share this broadcast. Now, today, I want to talk to you, before I bring in our guest, I want to talk to you about identifying your calling. Identifying your calling. Now, here's what I've come to realize, that Monday mornings are always very difficult for a lot of people. In fact, there's a research that has proved it, that the level of heart attacks on Mondays are typically higher. Why? Because that's the first working day for every employee. That's the first working day for everybody. But here's the difference between those who wake up on Mondays happy and those who wake up sad. Some are working on their calling, while some are working on a job. I'm not saying it's not good to have a job, but always remember that a job is what you are paid to do. Your job is what you're paid to do. But your calling is what you were born to do. That's what you were born to do. That's why when you wake up every morning, when you think of going back to that office, your blood pressure rises. When you think of going back to work, you feel a huge burden on you. But the difference between you and a happy person, like myself, I wake up every Monday happy. Why? Because I am fulfilling my calling. I'm working in line with my calling. Why? Because every day I motivate people, I inspire people, I think, I strategize, and I study. That's my calling. To motivate people, to help people find their purpose, to help people discover their inner passion, their inner gift. So I always look forward to Mondays. I always look forward to working. I always look forward to waking up to do what I love to do. A wise man once said, it doesn't matter what you do, always remember that you still would have to work hard. Whether you're doing what you love or whether you're doing what you do not love, you will surely work hard. So take this as a guide for you. The wise man said, if you work hard on the things you hate, then that is punishment, that is torture. But if you work hard on the things that you love, then that's your passion. Let me repeat it again for you so you can listen. If you work hard on the things you don't like, because whether you like it or not, hard work is needed. If you work hard on the things you don't like, that is stress, that is torment. But if you work hard on the things you love, then that is passion. That ignites your passion. So I want you to think about it. What is that thing that you are passionate about? What is that thing that you find exciting? That even if you know you are not getting paid to do it, you still would love to do it. Not just only love to do it, you will do it happily for the rest of your life, even when you know you will not get paid for it. That's your calling. That is your calling. And I want you to think about it. You were born into this world on purpose, with a purpose, and for a purpose, not just an ordinary purpose, a purpose that is way far greater than you can even imagine. Yes. And that's the truth. That is the truth. I always tell people that we were all born to be consultants. I want you to ask yourself why. Why is he saying that? Why is he saying we were all born to be consultants? Yes, we were born to be consultants because God gave everybody a unique gift. You have something that ignites that joy in you whenever you do it, but you still have not identified how to go into that. Now, your job is meant to help you refine your gift. Whatever job you're doing now, yes, it's very important. You have to work for somebody, you need mentorship, you need a coach, you need to learn how to run a business. Yes, your employment is meant for that phase of your life. Your employment is meant to help you refine your gift. And after refining your gift in that area, then it will get to a point where you have to become a consultant in that field. So you should always see your job as your business partner. Don't feel bad having a job. Just change the mindset. Understand that your job is your first business partner. Your job is your first bank. Your employment, I'm talking about your employment. Your employment is your first loan company that loans you money to help you start your business. Your employment is your first business partner that helps you pay your bills while you are grinding, right? So you should always go to work every day happy, knowing that one day you will become a consultant. So just go, do the best you can. I mean, the best, because that situation will always change. It will always change. You are there to learn. You are there to learn organizational skills. You're there to learn how to network. You're there to meet people. You're there to learn how to run a business. So that employment, that circle is your school that will prepare you for consulting. So focus on what you do. Don't get distracted. Always tell yourself that very soon I will become a consultant, because that's what you were born to do, to be a consultant. All right. Now, I really don't know how much you know about yourself, you who's listening to me right now. Neither do I know how much the people around you know about you. But one thing that I know for sure is that you have greatness in you. You are an abode of greatness. Whatever you're going through right now, good, bad, always know that it is a phase. If you're going through good times, prepare for bad times, which means brace up, do what is necessary, acquire everything you need that would help you during the drought season. And you, if you're going through a tough time, remember that it's also a phase. the good times will come. What did I say? The good times will surely come. All right. I want you to know that you have all it takes in you to move from where you are to where you want to be. So thank you for listening. Please remember to like and share this broadcast. And right now, I will be bringing in our guest for today. I know she's eager to come up and share with us, to come here and talk to us about what she loves to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring this guest up while I read her bio. Um, Her name is Alexis Quintal. Now, Alexis is the owner and CEO of Rosarium PR and Marketing Collective. She has 10 years, that's a decade, of experience in sales, management, and director level media roles at high profile institutions like Walmart, that's Walmart Media Group, and Newswire.
Mhm.
In 2020, she left the corporate world on a mission to help level the competitive playing field between the large companies and new business owners. So you see, she's here for both the large companies and you who's just starting a business, right? Now, the result of that was Rosarium, which is a company that is into PR and marketing. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I want you all to join me as I bring to the stage this woman who is passionate about personal branding. No other person but Alexis Quintal. Alexis, thank you so much for joining me on this program.
Hi, yeah, thanks so much for having me.
A pleasure. It's a pleasure. And yeah, I see you you started your business in the year 2020. So prior to
Mhm.
that, you were in corporate America. Can you please share with us how what how you were able to make that transition from corporate into entrepreneurship? I know it's challenging, but how were you able to do that?
Yeah, no, it's definitely challenging, but I will say that I have to attribute everything I've learned about how to run a business, how to work with clients, how to
Yes.
be held accountable, how to handle very fast-paced environments. All of that came from my experience in corporate. So, if anything, it kind of groomed me into the entrepreneur that I am today and taught me a lot of mistakes that maybe I would have ended up making myself.
Yeah.
Instead, I kind of experienced them in the corporate world and didn't really hurt me personally or professionally when that happened. But of course, part of being an entrepreneur is making mistakes and learning from those mistakes, and that's
Moving on.
just
Yes.
something I learned, yeah.
I completely agree with you on that. In fact, when I'm speaking, I always remind people that failure is a sign of work in progress. So
Mm,
for as long as you're
yeah,
working, for as long as you're getting the job done, for as long as you're pursuing your dreams, your passion, you are bound to
right,
fail.
right,
Yeah, failure should be like it should be fuel. It should be a
right.
motivator for you to move to the next level. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now, we want to talk about using personal branding
Mhm,
to grow a business as an entrepreneur.
mm,
A lot of people get into businesses without putting branding or marketing into consideration. And some do
yeah,
get in with the, idea or, knowing that personal branding is necessary. But at the end of the day, when they get in, they realize that it's too expensive, right? So,
mhm.
how can new entrepreneurs use personal branding to grow their businesses?
Mm. I mean, I know it's of course it's an investment as is any sort of, starting up a business, but
Right,
the one thing to keep in mind is that, especially where the future of business and marketing and just society is heading is more of that human to human to connection.
right,
And this is why personal branding is so important. You're going to be the face of your business, whether you realized you signed yourself up for that or not.
yes,
People will want to know the story behind the business, the
right,
why, and who is this person that thought of this amazing, concept and stepped out into the world and started this business.
right,
So you're going to have a personal brand, and it's going to be up to you if you want to control that narrative and put some, emphasis into marketing yourself the way you want to be portrayed. Because, like I said, it's going to happen regardless. So I think it would be very smart for entrepreneurs to think about that, right? As
Right.
they're starting their business, and think about, how do I want to be perceived, and how can I, make sure I'm controlling that narrative.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about creating a narrative and controlling that narrative. You just hit
Hmm.
the nail on the head. Yeah. A lot of entrepreneurs get into business without thinking about that. They get into
Right.
business without thinking about things like their slogans, without thinking about their colors,
Mm,
without thinking about so many things. So, what's your advice for that new entrepreneur who is just starting out? What,
mm.
how would you, what's your advice to them in terms of adding personal branding to their agenda?
Yeah, no, I think that first off, it's going to be thinking about what I was saying, how do you want to be perceived?
Right.
I think for personal branding, becoming a thought leader is going to be a really great way for you to really start to build your relationship with your target audience,
Right.
and also maybe tap into PR where they're looking for thought leaders in your industry or in your area of expertise, and you could be that resource for them. So I really encourage entrepreneurs to think about, like, what are you passionate about at the end of the day? It doesn't have to be so black and white that it's specific to your exact industry or your business, but something that you're passionate about, that if you were walking down the street and someone wanted to interview you kind of out of nowhere, you had no preparation time, what would you be the best at talking about, and have a prepared answer because it's something that you are educated on and you have maybe experience with, or so I just think there's a lot of opportunity for that. And then
Okay.
it's creating content around that leadership topic that you've now kind of developed for yourself. And so you want to make sure you're using keywords consistently, talk about it on social media, talk about it with the media, just talk about it in person when you're networking and meeting people, and you'll start to kind of create this persona for yourself.
Right. So you talked about some key points that I don't want my listeners to I don't want them to just pass that information. You talked about
Mm,
creating keywords, buzzwords,
mhm,
keywords.
mm, mhm,
So what are those keywords that you need for your business, right? I'm sure sometimes you hear me, those of you who are listening to me right now, sometimes you hear me use words like you are an abode of greatness, the morale booster, right? Those are
mm,
keywords that I identify with. So, what are
mm,
the keywords you want to identify your business with? You need to start thinking about all that. And she mentioned social media. Can you please share with us how important it is right now for social media to be incorporated into every business?
mm. I mean, it's required at this point. I think that people are going to, once they find out about your business, they're going to go look for you on social media. One thing what I try to say, to try not to overwhelm new business owners, is that you don't have to be perfect on every social channel. There's so many options. I think being strategic and selecting two that you
Yes.
can give 100% to, and not only that, make sure your target audience is on those two platforms. Where do they get their information? Where do they spend the most of their time? And just focus on those two. So mine, for example, are Instagram and LinkedIn. That's
Okay.
where, a lot of other business owners are. And those are the two that I probably think about every day, on, like, how can I communicate with my audience and engage with them there. But I'm not worrying about, like, Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and Spotify and all the other places, because we'll all just get too overwhelmed if we try to do too much.
Right. That's true. So I'm sure you who's listening to us right now, you have learned something about your business startup. Branding is key. Now, Alexis, do you have a program, or do you have a program that you run, or you typically use to help new business owners create the right marketing for their new business?
Well, I talk about it a lot on social media because that is actually my thought leadership persona is, talking about personal branding and really trying to support small business owners with their business in any way that we can. So all of my content is like just giving away that secret sauce. I love to share the love and any resources I can. So that's really the way that I've been able to provide, free consulting and, just advice. Otherwise, for anyone who wants to work together, what you need is going to be so custom. There's no one size or, one package fits all. So we spend time with the business owners and learn about their goals and learn about their audience and learn about their industry. And, from there, we would create something that, would be unique to them.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, how can people contact you?
Well, you can find us on Instagram at rosarium.work. Or my email is grow@rosarium.work, or the website is www.rosarium.work. So we tried to keep it pretty easy and consistent across any
Great,
channel.
great, great. That's awesome. Now, for those of you who are listening to us via podcast and some other media radio outlets, you will find her contact information on the caption when you download the podcast. And those of you who are watching us via Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, yes, her contact information is currently being shown on the screen right now. So you can see it at the bottom of this screen. Feel free. And for those of you who are watching the replay, please remember to type hashtag replay. And every information you need to contact her is right in front of you. So thank you so much, Alexis, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come here and enlighten new business owners. I know they are
Yeah.
proud, they're happy to have received this information from you. There's so many people who need PR and marketing. Please contact Alexis, reach out to her. The world is a global village now. So, from the click
Mm.
of your computer, you can access different people. So, she will give you the best package. I believe that, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great, great, great. All right. So, thank you so much. Before we go, I want you to just spend a minute to encourage that new business owner who
Mm.
thinks he or she does not have the budget for PR and marketing. Just 1 minute.
Yeah. No, I mean, one piece of advice I would give is, of course, to stay positive. There is going to be ups and downs in the business world. But there are a lot of free options for you. Social media is free. Just go on and talk about what you love and what you love about what you do and why you do it on social media. And people will feel how genuine you are. That could be a great way to start out if you don't have a budget yet.
Yeah, that's true. I completely agree with you on that. Thank you for sharing. Now, please go and follow her on Instagram, LinkedIn, reach out to her. Look, seek help when help is needed. All right.
Mm.
That's why we bring in people who can help you, people who can broaden your horizon, people who can help you move from where you are to where you want to be. Just reach out. All right. So thank you so much, Alexis. Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right. So for those of you who are still listening to us, please remember, like and share this broadcast. All right. Because you might just be saving the life of that one person, that business owner who was almost giving up. And it's free. You don't have to pay any money to share. Just like and share it. So thank you so much for listening. And always remember that out of millions of sperms, for those of you who understand the birthing process, out of millions of sperms that typically swim towards an ovary to fertilize an ovary to form a fetus, that's a baby, research has proved it that only one sperm cell will be selected, will be chosen. And that sperm cell is you. You are chosen, you were the chosen sperm to come to life, right? You were the chosen one. So it means you're special. You are not in this life by accident. You are in this life for a purpose. So it is your duty. It is your duty to figure out what that purpose is and fulfill it. All right. If you've got any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to send us a DM and I'll be more than happy to respond to you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.